I am counting my blessings once more that I have the opportunity, the good fortune. I won't use the word luck, because this weekend at the Isla Festival is completely intentional. I booked it some months ago, primarily to come and listen to and maybe even talk with Jarvis Cocker, who I called when I first saw him at the Sheffield Students' Union in 1973, it might have been. The pop laureate. I was intrigued by his onstage cavorting and garish coloured clothing for a pop star, as much as with his wonderful lyrics, which find, I would say, the extraordinary in the ordinary and the transcendent in the immanent. You might just like his pop songs like Babies or Common People. I was number 40 in the Pulp Original Fan Club, and I've still got my welcome pack somewhere, which may very well have something signed by Pulp, certainly made by Pulp. There's a little fanzine in there. Gosh, I haven't looked that out for quite a while. And now I've found my place in the sun to continue this little theme. I don't know about you, but whenever I am in transit, well, I came down actually on the train, not in a transit, but down to London. I've not been on business or pleasure for some years now, and again, whilst it's the big city and I'm not used to big cities, living in the countryside in Bakewell anymore, it's very beguiling. It's very suckering in. I love the concatenation of multi-ethnic cafes on every street corner. I'm staying in a Spartan B&B in Hendon because it's near the tube, and this morning for breakfast I chose a place called Carpe Diem, which I like the idea of. Seize the fish. And I thought that it might have been Turkish, but in fact it was Albanian. And I had, as well as nice strong coffee, I usually have decaf, but he gave me such a withering look. I was surprised he didn't spit on the floor when I ordered a decaf. I had a full strength coffee, blueberry juice, and for breakfast, instead of English scrambled eggs on toast, I had what's, if I remember it correctly, is called a burek, which is, he tells me, very popular in all of the Middle East and the Balkans. It's basically cheese and, in this case, spinach, stuffed into the leftover dough, whatever mama has been making. It's, you know, the offcuts of an apple pie. Well, whack them together, make a sort of a long, thin. Actually, it's curled, so you stuff it with cheese. It's turned into a cooking video. I don't know. Anyway, you put the cheese and the spinach inside a long strip of dough, and then fold it up into a sort of Danish shape, and then anyway. And I just really enjoyed watching all the different nationalities and languages. Anyway, here I am on a bench on Hampstead Heath, very close to where Tagore and D.H. Lawrence lived, at least for a year, I'm guessing, maybe longer. I don't know what they wrote while they were there. I'll look that up. But I don't know about you, but whenever I'm in a new place, I always say to myself, oh, I could live here. And just recently, because I'm writing my new book, Mystic Identity, and there's another one actually being written in parallel called E45, but now I consider myself a practicing an amateur writer. Thoughts turn to choosing where to live, or I suppose it's not what to do as a writer, because as a writer you write, and all the writers I know or ever spoken to or read about, they say writing in solitary confinement is as pleasurable as passing gallstones, which is true. It's sort of self-harm. But the compensations are, I suppose, just expressing yourself in the world. Even if you don't sell a copy, really, you've done the work, and you know, hopefully, in my case, you know a little bit more about what you're talking about, which is what is the ground of our being. But the other aspect of it is, it sort of confronts me once again with a choice in life as to, okay, Phil, so you really want to do the writing thing, and of course I want to move to Hampstead now. You know, you would have to say financially impossible, unless you happen to know somebody who has a spare attic. But the challenge is, the truth of it is, I could choose to move here and find a suitable garret and just start writing. So I think I might not be too dedicated. I'm serious, but not committed. It's a bit like a breakfast of bacon and eggs. The chickens, the hens are involved, but the pig is committed. So I'm more of a chicken than a pig. So no, I won't be moving to Hampstead in the near future, but I do have this opportunity, as indeed you do, of always choosing to stay where you are, in my case in Bakewell, or moving on. And yesterday, one of the speakers at this Idler festival was one of my favourite writers, Elif Shafak, who has written a new book, which is written with the narrator is an olive tree. I'll say that again. The narrator is an olive tree from Cyprus, which is divided by Turkish Muslim east and Greek Christian west, if I've got my laterality right. And it follows the fortunes of this olive tree. Anyway, she kindly signed it for me, and I said to her, this could be dangerous, and she looked at me quizzically, why is that? I said, well, when I read your last book, The 40 Rules of Love, it changed my life completely. I ended up moving to Bakewell, where I've been now for 6 years, and creating or helping to create and produce this YouTube channel. She says, well, that's extraordinary. And I said, yes, it was that rule of love, number 36 or whatever it was. Sometimes it only takes a moment to make a decision that changes your life for good, or presumably for bad. Let's just say forever. So I don't know what's going to happen after I read this new book of yours. And she laughed. And so she put at the end to Phil, from Bakewell to ... So who knows where the pen goes.